Happy Friday, y'all. This is your boy. This is your host, Calvin Domingo, a.k.a. Steezy A. Smith, with another segment of Breaking Down the Trade brought to you by the 32-Bit Network. As you guys might have seen, breaking news is sweeping the NFL in the form of Deshaun Watson is now going to waive his no-trade clause to be traded to the Cleveland Browns. As far as compensation goes, 3 first-round picks and then 2 day 2 or day 3 picks is what I'm hearing. And so altogether, the Houston Texans are getting back 5 draft picks, and the Cleveland Browns subsequently are going to sign Deshaun Watson to the most guaranteed money in NFL history. We're talking about 5 years, a fully guaranteed $230 million contract. I mean, my goodness. A day after Davante Adams was traded to the Raiders, we have this? What happened to the Falcons? What happened to the Saints? Well, I thought the Browns were out of the race. No wonder Baker Mayfield was putting out goodbye letters to the city of Cleveland. He knew all along that he was gone. And I'm sorry to say this, Baker Mayfield is most definitely an above-average quarterback, but Deshaun Watson is the missing piece for the Cleveland Browns. I now believe that not only are the Cleveland Browns Super Bowl contenders, but the AFC North, they now have a state to claim as the best division in all of football. I still think it's the AFC West, but right behind them and not too far behind them is the AFC North, the NFC West. Man, what happened to the NFC West? I mean, my guys, now they're just completely out of the picture, out of the realm. And with Deshaun Watson going to the Browns, we're talking about him teaming up with Amari Cooper, one of the best route runners in football, Donovan Peoples-Jones, who displayed a lot of potential last year. One of the best offensive lines that Deshaun Watson has ever played with. Probably the best offensive line he's ever played with in his entire life. We're talking about a defense that was underrated last year. They could still bring back a Jadeveon Clowney, but they have one of the best pass rushers in all of football in Myles Garrett. They have one of the best cover men in Denzel Ward. But with Deshaun Watson to Cleveland, I mean, my goodness. Talk about breaking news. Talk about shockwaves. I didn't think it could get any crazier than Davante to the Raiders. And so, with Deshaun heading over to Cleveland, we're talking about the Browns now being a threat in the stacked AFC. He's going to have to compete with the Bengals, the Ravens, the Steelers, on top of all the other foes in the AFC. I'm not going to go on a rant and list all those teams. You guys know what those teams are about. You guys know what the AFC consists of. But right now, as far as my instant reaction goes, I think that the Cleveland Browns are legitimate Super Bowl contenders. Baker Mayfield, I love him. I think he's definitely an above average quarterback in the NFL. I think he can succeed in the NFL. But I got to say, he was one of the reasons why the Cleveland Browns weren't reaching their full potential. They have an offensive, at least he's perceived as an offensive mastermind. They have one of the best offensive lines in football. They have one of the best ground attacks in football. They have an underrated receiving core now. They have an underrated up-and-coming defense. This team is absolutely loaded, absolutely stacked. I hope Deshaun Watson does not get suspended. He probably will still get a suspension, but after that suspension, the Cleveland Browns are going to be rolling and expected to be in the Super Bowl. This has been yours truly, your host, Calvin Domingo, a.k.a. Steezy A. Smith, with another episode, with another breakdown on Breaking Down the Trade, represented by the 32-Bit Network. Have a good day, y'all.